Hello, War the Visions fans. I'm Jackie Fox, and today I want to talk about how to most quickly and efficiently earn your Veritas of the Flames medals. And this whole topic and how we got here to this strategy and how this mirrors mistakes that were made in FFBE and, the whole messy philosophy and game design of how we got to this point, I think are all worth examining. That being said, I don't think that this video is quite the place to do that examination. Instead, I just want to talk strategy and what seems to be the consistent best way to lose a match really fast in match battle. So let's take a look at some strategy. The first unit that I want to test here is Raryu, and this is because we all recently got a 120 Raryu with the Raryu quest. He is also a thief, so he's going to have Thief's lore, which is going to increase his movement, and I'm also going to turn off his skills, because basically we want our Raryu to get as far out in front as fast as possible and to get smacked down immediately. We want fights to end almost as soon as they've started, because there's no skip button, for one, although there kind of is. We'll talk about that later. But because of that, that means that the fastest way to get your participation rewards, because, there are some rewards for consecutive wins in this format, but there's not really a big reward for winning here. And if you're only concerned with the Veritas of the Flames medals, then this is the best way to do it. That said, though, is Raryu the best character for this? Well, let's take a look. At the end of each run, also, I will be putting in an amount of time that the battle took, so we'll be able to see how fast each of these strategy works. Obviously, there are some things that you can't control, and we're going to see a number of people using similar strategies, and in certain cases, this makes both of our matches go so much faster. In some cases, this can actually be a little bit of a problem for us. But in this case, this is kind of our baseline attempt. It took us about 46 seconds to get the match over. One of the problems was, I knew he would be able to use that buff to increase his movement. I thought if it was the only buff that he had that would get him closer, but actually he's just standing still to buff. Part of his AI, I guess. So we're actually losing 3 movements, even by turn 2, because he would have had 4 movement on that first turn and would have moved. So getting 1 more movement on the turn after that really doesn't help that much. Unfortunately, Bells kind of works the same way. And maybe if I turned off the buffs for these, then I could just have him run forward. So in this particular instance, I bailed in 36 seconds because my opponent was playing in manual, which is A, going to take a long time for me, but B, also, if you're playing in manual, and I'm clearly trying to cheese the game, that just doesn't seem respectful to you as the other player. So I bailed on that one just to be respectful. This actually ended up being one of our fastest matches at 19 seconds, because we got completely housed. This is probably one of the few wins that team is going to get today, but good on that Shadow Lynx. So I have a Shadow Lynx of my own. Also, I can put a pretty high amount of equipment on her without actually making her better. And sure, let's make her capable enough to deal with a Raryu in case we run into someone with Raryu or Slime or something like that. Because that was a pretty fast way to end the match. She is a pretty capable unit. She's just also really easy to take out very early. And this match actually ended in 10 seconds. One of the advantages to having Shadow Lynx here is that we actually moved before our opponents did, which meant that we didn't have to sit through all 3 of their buff turns because we got in range of them, so they didn't get buff turns. They just attacked. So we lost very, very fast. Another strategy that I want to try here, I'm actually not going to do in this match, but this is more the thing I would recommend if you're doing this. There's a bunch of interesting gameplay stuff that we've discussed so far, but really, for one, I would have you go in with your regular team. If you see a match that you actually want to face off against, maybe stick around. Like, in this case, Slime's pretty easy to beat. We beat him in 27 seconds. That's a win for me. I appreciate it, because I just gave up a couple wins. I don't mind getting the win. My ego feels a little bit better for this. But again, just running your regular team, I'm about to show you the fastest way to get through literally any match. In only 6 seconds, we were able to completely get our game over screen for this match by just conceding the fight. If you don't want to be in it and you just want the participation awards, concede. That's the whole lesson here, the whole point. Like, you don't need a janky team comp. I mean, sometimes that can be interesting. When you can concede faster than any character can lose, just concede. I feel like this is the most respectful option for other players' times, game state, meta, all these things. Just, if you don't want to play, concede. Anyways, with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching today. I'm Jackie Fox. I host other content on the internet. You can find that stuff by clicking the link in the description. Also, liking, subscribing. Those things are also really good for me. Appreciate the help with the channel. Leave me a comment telling me what other kind of topics you would like me to cover. I'm interested in covering the kind of things that, like, the routine PvP, news updates, character updates kind of cycle doesn't hit. Because this is a complex game. There's a lot of very interesting things to talk about here. Even how to lose even faster, lose as quickly as possible. So I'd like to cover topics like that, and since there's nobody else out there really reaching for these topics, let me know what you really want to hear an explanation of in War of the Visions, and I'll get on that video for you. Probably. We'll see. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Remember, the free-to-play option for YouTube is to like and subscribe. You can also check out the link in the description where you can purchase my books, donate to the channel, and do many other fine things that I would greatly appreciate. So, thank you so much for your time and attention today. And with all that being said, I'll see you in the next one.